My name is Fred. I'm about 20 something and I sell stoves. I find selling stoves to be very interesting as a day job, particularly because I get to help my community out. Everybody needs to cook after all. When I need to de-stress, I like coming out to the forest, like over here, and also in other forests around the country. When I'm out in the forest, trying to chill out and get my head on straight, I usually find myself looking and trying to identify mushrooms, and also trying to look for native trees. There's this big relationship and ecosystem that a lot of people don't think too hard about, which for me would be the fungi and the plants. Quick question. What tree is this? It's named after a city in Cebu.
Bandaw eh?
No. Go south. Go south.
Talamban?
No. South.
Oh, sorry.
South of Cebu. Come on. Kaya mo yan. Come on.
So, what is siya?
What's the T?
T. Talisay!
Yes.
What the heck?
This hobby has made me come out more. I would be lying if I said I didn't learn to drive because I wanted to go out more. I get more fresh air today, despite the pandemic. I also feel like I'm getting a clearer mind because, even if I don't find any mushrooms or any fungi to document, being in the forest is very good for your mental health. Mushrooms and the study of mushrooms in the forest setting, for example, is very meaningful because mushrooms play a role as both decomposers and as the forest network deep underground. It is often ignored. Not a lot of people really look for it, not a lot of people study it. And I think that's very unfair, especially in terms of biodiversity and conservation. Since to have a very good system for biodiversity and conservation, we need to acknowledge that the organisms of the forest are not independent of one another. They all exist as part of this giant network. And what better network to start with than the one that we don't see, the fungi. Okay, over here in front of me are two very large fungi. These are mushrooms from the genus Ganoderma. Ganoderma, if you translate that from its scientific name to an English name, it actually means something like shiny skin. Gano and then derma, so shiny skin mushrooms. Studying fungi, especially in the forest setting, has taught me more about the interconnectedness of our world than any other hobby or field that I've gotten into over the years. Helped me appreciate the process of decay because a lot of people are also turned off by that aspect of things. They're turned off, people in general, they're turned off by fungi because we're worried you're gonna get sick or you're gonna get poisoned or whatever. But I think that being around them and studying them has made me appreciate them and how they interact with our world, what roles they play in our world. If anything, I'm probably an amateur at this. There are actually very many guys out there more professional than me, more learned than me in this particular aspect. I think, however, that my hobby is homegrown because a lot of people who are fascinated with mushrooms aren't actually from here. So by being able to communicate about fungi, being able to talk and study them and share it to the world, allows us to put our mark in the mycological scene, starting from people who are actually from here. I'm not the only one doing this, by the way. There are many people from Sagada, from Metro Manila, that are all trying to build a greater mycelial network of mycophiles in the country, and I am one part of that, and I'm very happy with it. Go out into your forest and learn your land. Go out into the forest and learn your land. a lot of the time when we go out, we're trying to get from point A to point B. I'm saying, instead of just focusing on point A and point B, focus on the journey that you're about to take yourself on. Learn to appreciate that the world is more complex and more wonderful, more beautiful than you can ever fully imagine. And that starts with you going out to appreciate it.
Okay, yeah. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm being heckled by a bird. Anyway,